Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brother Bayan here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to getting started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. You Akim, you Akwat, with you brothers and sisters in Hebrew that believe. Shalom. Okay? And for this lesson here, it's going to be titled, well, I don't have a title for it yet. It's pretty much going to be off a quote. I was watching a video from the brothers out there in GMS Des Moines, and one of the brothers, Slack, I always forget his name, but if you watching this video, you know me, you know exactly what I'm talking about, But the brother hit me with a fire quote, man, in that lesson, and it says, "The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement." Okay. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. All right. And that right there, man, that brought precepts to mind, and it also, it put me in a thought process of like, damn, like, come on, man. Like, if it's not a day that you're trying to improve yourself, what are you doing? All right. And when I'm talking about improving yourself, it's improving yourself with the works of the Lord. All right. If you're not trying to improve, your relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what are you doing? All right. We know that's our whole entire duty, as Israelite men, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. At this point in time, we need to be examining ourselves, as I have, lined up in the scriptures, examining yourself daily. Okay. Because at the end of the day, man, this shit is almost over with, man. All right. So it's no time to pretty much, fall short, man. You can't fall short right now. The only way you can fall short is if you're not examining yourself. All right. If you let yourself get in your own way at this point. All right. Everything is pretty much already written, man. The victory is already written. All right. We're just playing these things out right now, but ultimately, again, in order to make this ride, smoother, man, continue to correct yourself, better yourself, Jake. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. All right. But, since I quoted it, let's jump into it in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13. All right. And I'm reading the NLT as well. All right. But it says 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and 5. It says, "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves?" Come on, man. Prove your own selves. All right. Do you really want to do this work? All right. Do you really want to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Do you really want to be, a man of the Lord? All right. Prove it. All right. And the actions have to come behind it. Okay. You have to be able to have, your works behind your faith. All right. You can talk about faith all you want. Matter of fact, let's get that. I didn't have that queued up at all. But we know faith and works go hand in hand, let me see, in the book of close to it. Here we go. This is James. Make sure it's James. I believe it's James. Yeah. James 2:17, it says, "Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone." All right, so you can have all this lip service all you want about, you're serving the Lord, that you love the Lord and this and that and the third, but we understand that our Lord is a power that's all about action, man. All right, you can talk about it all you want, but until you do it, it don't mean nothing. All right, so even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. Yea, a man may say, "Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works." All right? Let my actions speak. Okay? You have to let your actions speak, man. "Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?" All right? They go hand in hand. So again, man, you can talk all this talk, man, but until you walk the walk, shit dead, man. All right. But that's that is the reason of examining yourself. All right. So when you examine yourself and you see that, okay, yeah, I could do better here, I could fix this, I could do this, I could work on this, you know, that helps show forth your works, all right, which again show forth your faith. All right, you're talking, this is a good game about serving the Lord, man. Serve the Lord, all right. But let me jump back to that 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 13:5, it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates? All right. But I trust that ye should know that we are not reprobates. All right. And let me grab this word reprobate on a blue letter. Might be a little slow, so bear with me. This shit's moving really goddamn slow. Slack for it. It's just the fact that I'm away from the house right now, so just trying to connect to something. Which this shit is stupid. I'm gonna pause it for a quick second and then jump back into it. Slack for that pause. I don't know how it's gonna look in the video. I'm gonna rewatch it and see. But I was about to go into the blue letter of the word reprobates, which is Strong's G96. All right, which goes into how do you say this?
Strong's G96. Adakimas.
All right, it says not standing the test, not approved. All right, and then the other point, jumping down to part 2, in the first definition of it, unfit for, unproved, spurious, reprobate. All right, so being a reprobate meaning being unproved, unfit. All right, so if you're a man of the Lord and you believe yourself to be a man of the Lord, hey, you're not a reprobate, man. All right, you are fit for this. If you are a man of the Lord, if you are doing these works, you know, you are not a reprobate. But if you are a reprobate, yeah, you just letting yourself down, man. All right, ultimately, you know, you're not fit if you're not examining yourself. You know, it's pretty much what this scripture is going into, man. All right. So again, we have to examine ourselves daily to make sure that we are fit for this. All right. Make sure that we are, you know, aligned with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that we are in agreement with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua with this word, man. Okay. Because it says, verse 6, you know, but I trust that ye should know that we are not reprobates. You know, Apostle Paul is letting us know, man. All right. Apostle Paul has the faith into the body, you know, of giving us this I can't think of the word, but giving us this great advice, you know, admonishing. That's what I wanted to say. That's the word. You know, Apostle Paul is admonishing us here, you know, the true believers, the true followers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, of, you know, again, you know, examining yourself, man, and not being a reprobate, not making yourself unfit, you know, because that's one way you could become unfit. Okay, but the last precept I have here, you know, is one of my favorites. It's always going to be in Sirach 44:8. All right, it says, there be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported, and some there be which have no memorial, all right, who are perished. All right, so those in verse 8, let me read that one more time. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. Those men, I guarantee, were examining themselves. All right, because when you go into that crowning ceremony, all of these things that's written about the 144,000, those men that are chosen, those men are examining themselves daily, you know, wanting to do more, you know, in showing forth that their works and their want, you know, behind wanting to do more, in becoming, you know, complete, man. You know, even though we're not going to totally become complete down here, but again, we're striving, you know, we're striving to the best of our ability to please Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Salakia. Talking too fast, I gotta slow down. Sirach 44:9, it says, and some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. All right, those are people that who don't give two shits. All right, you know, there's some nigga shit and just continue on being a nigga until they die. You know, until the Lord X them out. All right, that's that shame, the everlasting shame, spoken up, waking up to shame, Salak, in Daniel's 12. You know, you don't want to be that, man. All right, putting yourself in check, putting your body into subjection. You know, checking yourself, Jake. You know, you got to check yourself. All right, because man, Satan is working. God damn, Satan is definitely working. So if you're not getting yourself ready to withstand, you know, and fight, hey man, you'll do better just folding and get the hell out of here, man. All right, but if you want to fight for your crown, you gotta examine yourself, and you gotta do better, man. All right, you gotta continue to work and strive to do better. All right, we got NBA players, you know, striving for the next championship that's coming around. You know, we got football players, whatever. You know, everybody going for these corruptible ass crowns. But the opportunity that we have to serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man, all right, getting yourself in line, you know, to receive that crown, that the righteous, uncorruptible crown. Come on, man. You got to do what you got to do to get that, man. All right, and the Lord has given us the blueprint of what to do. All right, and who are we not to follow it? All right, if you are, that means you're a reprobate. All right, a reprobate. You know, you're unfit. Okay, but verse 10 says, but these were merciful men whose righteousness hath not been forgotten. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant. Their seed standeth fast, and their children for their sakes. Their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out. All right, going to be written in this book of life forever, man, as a memorial. All right, of those men who fought, man, who fought this good fight. You know what it talks about in Timothy. I fought the good fight. Let me grab that. I'm gonna end it off with that. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. All right. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give to me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all of them that also love his appearing. All right. So continue to fight, man. You know, part of this battle and part of this fight is putting your wants to the side, man. All right, putting your wants to the side and doing what needs to be done, and this work needs to be done. All right, and it's a reward that's coming behind this thing, man. But you know, that's pretty much all I have. You know, I pray that this lesson was edifying, and I want to give infinite honors and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kagodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, you Akim and you Akwat, which is brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. And Shalom.